Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. All right. Hoping you guys are having a great Monday. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Miss Paula. Hey, Starlight. How y'all doing? Ooh, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. What's going on, Keisha? How you doing? I hope everybody is just doing great. It's Monday. Everybody back to work for real again. So, woo. Thank you, Genteria. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Miss Cynthia. Hey, Nicole. Okay. Well, thank y'all for being here again on Monday at 7 p.m. I appreciate it. We got some tax stuff to talk about, but before we get to that, let me fix my lashes. Before we get to that, I wanted to give y'all an update with the Department of Education. So all right, so I don't know if you guys have been on social media, but it seems like ever since the beginning of this year, a lot of people have been getting their loans wiped out, okay, discharged, completely gone, okay. If y'all are seeing that, I want y'all to know that that is not Joe Biden's um, loan forgiveness, okay. That is not Joe Biden's. 80% of Black women are single moms that have children, and about 15% of them in the community. All right, Black Dollar. Thank you, Mo. I should go live more often. I probably should. I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna let God deal with me. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, so that is not Joe Biden's loan forgiveness. So most of the loan forgiveness that you guys are seeing is the borrower's defense, and it is the public servant's loan forgiveness. So I'm gonna run this down to y'all real quick. If anybody that you know, or if it is you, have worked in public service, meaning the library, the military, fire department, work for the state government, the federal government, a nonprofit, if you worked for any of those during the time that you were out of school in repayment for your loans, you need to get a piece of paper signed by the HR manager so they can count that time towards your payoff time. So a lot of people got it done automatically. Some people applied for the waiver and got the time. They were able to get the time back and apply it, and they got their loans wiped out. Another group of people got a bunch of letters. I just got one the other day. Somebody wanted to know if this was real. And yes, please share and like. Thank you, Genteria. You always be reminding me. If you went to Corinthian colleges, ITT Tech, Tech, Everest, a lot of people are getting their loans dismissed with the borrower's defense, but it seems like they are focusing heavily on the Corinthian colleges. So if you went to any of those schools, I think Everest is not a part of Corinthian, but that's another one that a lot of people are getting their stuff dismissed. If you are waiting to find out if your loans were dismissed, all you got to do is just call student aid and ask them about the status of your loans. Okay. All right. One last thing, and this is new, and then I get to the taxes. The Department of Education has come out with another program. So, if you guys don't know, there are several repayment programs: the income based repayment, and the income driven repayment. One is IBR and one is IDR. Okay, so anyone that is under the IDR, they are allowing you to get time counted that was not counted before. So if you were under this income driven repayment plan, if you were in forbearance, if let me see, if you had a hardship, any time that you were not making payments, they are telling you that you can get that time back. Okay, a lot of people probably are not on the IDR, but if you are, this will help you. They are also saying, this is for anybody who has a Parent Plus loan. If you have a Parent Plus loan, you can be eligible to get into this IDR program and get some of that time counted, okay? So that you don't have to be in your loans for so long. And then the last part is if you've already been in the IDR program for 20 or 25 years, they're going to automatically dismiss your loans. Okay. So I know probably some of y'all are probably like, I don't even know what she's talking about. But if you do, please ask the question. But if not, we'll move on. So let me see if y'all had any questions really quick. If you haven't watched before, please follow. I appreciate it. I try to get to all y'all questions, especially since it's tax season. And y'all know people been calling me with crazy stories. So let me see what y'all saying real quick. Let me see if anybody's asking any questions. I'm glad y'all all are here. Okay. Good, Miss Cynthia. Miss Cynthia says, I'm going to contact you tomorrow to do the borrower's defense. Thank you. So just so y'all know, I do not have to do your borrower's defense application. You are more than welcome to go do it on your own. A lot of people do not like looking at all those pages. So if you're one of those people that you get intimidated by looking at all those pages, don't worry about it. We can take care of it for you. Okay. All you got to do is hit me up. All right. So let's get to these tax documents real quick. Okay. So y'all know it's tax season, right? A lot of y'all are probably already done apply and got y'all cash advances, but I want to make sure I explain something to you so that you know the difference. Okay. When you see somebody advertise a cash advance, that does not always mean that it is a pre-act loan. Okay. So a lot of y'all probably don't know the difference, but right now, IRS is not open. They are not accepting any e-files. So if somebody were to do your taxes right now and they submitted them, it is in a holding state. Okay. The bank is holding it, waiting to send it to the IRS. It has not been sent to them yet. The bank will offer you a pre-act loan. That means a pre-acknowledgement, meaning they acknowledge that you did your taxes, that you should be getting some money, and based off of what your return is, they're going to give you an advance, okay? Just because somebody says they're doing an advance, it does not mean it's always a pre-act loan. Some people are not eligible to do cash advances until the IRS opens. That is why you will see some people will run to folks and get their loan right now, and then there are others that will wait and do it later, okay? Whichever you choose, that's your business. I just want you to know the difference. So when you read those flyers and it says cash advance up to a certain amount, you need to find out if it's a pre-act loan or if it's the cash advance once the IRS opens, all right? Because some of y'all probably did not know the difference, all right? All right. So just a second. Jay said, do authorized users still work? And if so, what's the website? Authorized users do work. You can go to Trade Line Supply, all one word, and you can buy authorized users there. Okay. So hope I answered your question. So if y'all don't know what trade lines are or authorized users, that's when you want to add somebody to your credit card so that they can also build credit off of you. All right. So there are websites that actually sell it if you don't know anybody with good credit. Now, unfortunately, a lot of us do not know other people that we can rely on to have good credit. So we got to go and pay a complete stranger to do it for us. And if that is you, you can go to Trade Line Supply, all one word, and you can go and get your authorized users. Okay. All right. Let's see. Back to taxes. We talked about the cash advances. So you know there's a pre-act and you know there's the regular cash advance. Another thing y'all need to know. Some people don't tell you, but if you do get a cash advance and something happens and your tax return is taken, you still owe that money to the bank. So to you tax preparers, anybody that is out there, and this is your first time doing it, just know that if someone asks for a cash advance and you're supposed to get paid from their refund and their refund is taken, you will not get paid. So if you think somebody is sketchy and you don't think you're going to get paid, you need to get paid in cash first. All right. Another thing you guys can do is call that Treasury Offset Hotline. You're welcome, Jay. You can call that Treasury Offset Hotline. I'm going to put it here. Somebody can put it in TikTok. This is to find out if you owe any money to the government before you do your taxes. All right. And the number is 800-304-3104. Okay. 800-304-3104. All you got to do is call the number, put in your social, and it will tell you if you owe anybody any money. All right. So I know a lot of y'all are worried about child support taking your refunds. You're worried about IRS taking your refunds. Here's a way to know. Okay. Here's absolutely a way to know. All right, all right, all right. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, so again, y'all can ask any question at any time. This is mostly going to be tax related. So I know y'all probably got some tax questions, so please run them down. I am going to let you know some forms that y'all should be looking forward to. So you ain't running out to go do your taxes, because I'm telling you, tax season has not even officially opened, and everybody wants to do their taxes today. Okay. And I don't understand how you want to do your taxes today and you don't even have your forms. Okay. Now, you may have your last check stub, but let me tell you, your last check stub does not always have the information. 800-304-3104, Mercedes. So 304-3104. Okay. It says they're doing a rental assistance. So are you asking, are you telling Nicola? I tell everybody, if you guys are looking for rental assistance, please dial 211, okay? To find out if they have rental assistance available in your area. It is the beginning of the year. Now remember, October is when they cut the check. That's when the money went out to the government, okay? When everybody got some money, that's the new fiscal year. So there is money out there. They're probably gonna think y'all don't need it because it's tax season. So they ain't talking about it right now. But 211 is where you go if you want to find out what's available. All right. So okay. So y'all already know you should get your W-2s. You can use your last pay stub. I do not recommend you use your last pay stub because your last pay stub does not always have the correct information. If you are on a retirement plan, if you're doing some type of health savings account, a lot of that information is not always there or clear for the tax preparer to put in. And you do not want to put something in and then have the IRS go back and correct you later. All right, let's see what she said. Says 211 barely never has resources. And that's sad that they don't. Because they get paid to have all the doggone resources. I mean, honestly, where I get the resources that I give you guys is I do a lot of reading on social media. I do a lot of reading the news and going to government websites that keep this stuff updated. So unfortunately, it's sad that they don't, but they should. And that's what they get paid for. They get a grant to be the resources for all of y'all. Ain't that something? All right. It says because we're not paying student loan right now, we should get our refund. Right. No. So there was nothing that I read anywhere that said that because your loans are in that are on hold from making payment, that they will not take your payment. I didn't read that. Usually when they are stopping to take offsets for student loans, they'll say it. So I'll keep looking, but I have not read anywhere that they have stopped offsets of your tax refunds for your student loan payments. All right. But if it does, I'll make sure I announce it, but I have not seen that yet. And that is important to know. So thank you for asking. All right. Miss Cynthia says, I've been telling people about you. I told somebody about free laptops you told us about. Can people still get one? Where did they go? I couldn't find the video. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. Yeah, you can get the free laptop. Hold on, let me see if I can give you. There is a website provider. Hold on, and I will tell you where to go. Hold on, it's under the FCC program. Hold on. I'll tell you. Okay, so all right. Oh, this is gonna be a long one. All right, it is called, yeah, it's a low-cost program for students in, let me see if this will take you. Hold on. Let me see if this will take us. Nope, look at that. They got websites on the thing that and aren't even open anymore. Just a doggone shame. The government, I swear. I'm telling y'all, there is a list of providers. This is what I'm gonna do. If you want, Miss Cynthia, send me a message, please, and I will send you the link because it's too long to post here. But there is a list of providers that do give the laptops. You will have to contact them to see how their program works. But the laptops are either $5 or like $50. I think you get like $100 coupon towards a laptop. And if they, and usually they sell them between $150 or $105. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at one right here. Yeah, it's called, yeah, Affordable Connectivity Program has a laptop program, but I will send you the, here it is. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I be all into my stuff, okay? Because I don't be want to give y'all nothing that is not legitimate, okay? Y'all ain't gonna be saying I lied. So send me a message, please. If you need, if you want the link, please send me a y'all know my email is shamikasaves@gmail. So you can send that to me and I will send it to you. Please do not send it on TikTok because I barely see it, okay? Says any business grants or loans for sole proprietors. So I posted grants last week. There are grants out. Okay, but this is the thing. Y'all have to make sure y'all companies are eligible to apply for them. And I will give you, I got the list. Hold on. See, y'all got me all in my stuff. Okay. But I will get you those grants and I will tell you. So there are grants for sole proprietor, but this is the problem. Y'all want grants, but nobody has filed taxes. You guys are not able to get money. When y'all think of grants, y'all thinking of SBA. Those days of that COVID money, and I'm gonna get to y'all comments in a second. Those days of that COVID money is gone. So grants are not going to be given out that same way. Now, I'm not telling anybody not to apply because I want you to apply. Y'all know one of my mottos is if you think you qualify, apply. But some of y'all are not even reading the requirements. And a lot of it is y'all definitely have to have business taxes. Why would somebody want to just give you some money and they don't even, you haven't even proven that you're successful in the field of business that you chose? Okay. Oh, okay. So thank you, Nicola. So Nicola is saying they are doing rental assistance again. All right. So thank you, Miss Ma'am. I appreciate that. If you want to send me something on it, you can. I will definitely put it out in my stories so people can find out about that. All right. Let me see. If y'all want the info again for these grants, I don't like to give out people's email because people put me in these groups and they send me stuff and they may not supposed to, and I don't want to, put them out there. But there's grants out there, but y'all need to make sure y'all have what it takes to apply for these things. All right. Barbara says, what about the PIN number you can get to use instead of a Social Security when filing taxes this year? You can never not use your Social Security number. You will always need your Social Security number. You are talking about the IP PIN. If you, and I'm still looking up these grants, if you want to stop somebody from using a Social Security number that does not belong to them, stealing, okay, basically, you want to stop somebody from stealing or claiming somebody, you need to put a PIN. But you always have to use your Social Security number. There is no other number you can use in exchange for it. You have to use that, and you use the PIN to submit, okay? So when you go to e-file, if you don't put the PIN in, it's going to reject your taxes and say this person has been assigned the IP PIN and they need it in order to submit. So you need both social and PIN, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. I thank you so much. She said, if I don't see you posted, I don't believe it. And y'all know y'all can always ask me because people post stuff. Things are going fast, okay? So I don't profess to know everything, but if y'all bring me something, I definitely go do my research because people will lie and mislead, okay? Has the student loan payments been extended? The student loan payments, Ms. Keisha, has been extended. They were extended last year. You are not to make any payments now until next year, well, this year. Right now, I think we're looking at June, May or June. And I think they're doing that to help people get after the tax season. So right now it is on hold, but that does not mean that if your student loans are in collections, that does not mean they're not going to take it. I will verify that to let y'all know for sure, but they did not specify that. Okay. It says, hi, Shamika. Hey, Miss Robinette, how you doing? Long time no see. I hope everything is well. And your boys. You send me a message. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. Send me an email. Can you add the link into detail? So Starlight, send me a message because I know you already got my info, and I will send you the link. Okay, so y'all can find out about this connectivity program so y'all can get these laptops. Okay, that has been out. I don't want y'all to be missing out on free or highly discounted. And while y'all at it, while y'all getting the laptop, make sure y'all sign up for the connectivity program to lower your cable bills. Okay, make sure y'all lower that. If you're in Florida, you need to make sure that so Florida Homeowners Assistance Program, they're not giving out money, but they are giving you classes to help you budget. So if you are one of those individuals, you think you might need a little bit of assistance on how to get yourself together, then you can go and take their classes. They're giving you free classes, free counseling. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I'm about to answer that in a minute. Okay, so what are they? Okay, she's saying where are they doing rental assistance at? Nicola, if you're still watching, let us know where they're doing rental assistance. I believe you're in Florida. So okay, so the Black Diamond says, are CPN numbers legal? It depends. Okay, so CPNs, if y'all don't know, I call it the fake ass social. I know y'all probably done heard of it, and if you have not, CPN stands for a whole bunch of different things. Basically, I don't care what it stands for, and neither should you. All you need to know is that it is not illegal. Listen to my answer. It is not illegal to create one. Meaning, I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is my CPN number. It's not illegal for me to create it. It is illegal when you use the CPN in exchange or in place of your real social. Okay. Now, do people do it? Absolutely. Okay. Rental assistance is in Broward County, Nicola says. So anybody's watching in Broward County, please do 211 in your area so that you can get it. Thank you, Jay Smith. He says he loves my voice. I appreciate that. Oh, Starlight, congratulations on receiving your IP pen. Hey, Miss Donna. Okay, so CPNs, no, they're not. They're not legal. They're legal to have. They're legal to make up. That is why when you go and buy them from people, they're not doing anything wrong for selling them to you. Now when you use it to apply for something, that's when it gets a little tricky. Okay, do people use them? Absolutely. Okay, I don't have no judgment on that. People use it. All right. All right. It says, what about Kentucky? See, they have rental assistance goes in. That's why I tell everybody you got to do 211 because every state is different. And I know y'all probably saying we don't get no help, but that's what they're there for. And I will aggravate them. And if I can't get them to answer, I hang up and get somebody else on the phone. It says, or fraudulent when you use a dead. Yeah, I mean, if you're using a dead person's, a dead person doesn't have a CPN. If you're using a dead person's social security number, people absolutely do that. The CPNs are more than, or fake ass socials is what I like to call them. They're made up ones, or sometimes they're stolen, or sometimes they belong to children, or So this is why I tell you guys, if you have kids, you should put a block on their social security number. Now they're not going to do it under 13. Okay, but 13 is usually when kids are able to start building credit. Your child may or may not have a credit file at 13. So they allow you to try at 16. Okay. If there's nothing at 16, good. Go until 18. Okay. Then that's when your child will be able to get credit on their own. But you should always see if you can block up your child's social, because that's a free number that somebody could use, and your child may never even know they needed credit until they turn 18 or 21. And somebody had a whole lot of time to use it. So just think about that. All right. She says March 3rd, extra pandemic EBT stops. Yeah, I'm surprised the pandemic EBT is still going for a lot of people. See, states pay it out differently, unfortunately. It said I had to do that last year. Somebody used my child's social to file taxes. And you know what's so crazy? And let me tell y'all something. When somebody uses your child's information to file taxes, you will not know until you file taxes. But if somebody uses your child's credit to get a credit card, you will never know until your child applies for credit. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. So if you aren't doing your due diligence, is basically what I'm trying to tell you. If you're not doing your job, then you're making it easy for somebody else to do whatever they want to do to you. Okay. So I know it's a pain in the ass to lock up your credit, because when you try to get something, now you got to call and get it taken off. But I'm telling you, I have heard too many stories of 12-year-old children finding out that they applied for unemployment benefits. They 12. They ain't even had a job. Okay. Somebody stole it. It's very easy to steal. And think about how much you put down your social everywhere. Anybody can get it. Okay. It's not hard, people. Anybody. How do you block your kids' social? Now I want to plug myself. I did create an ebook. Okay. But so if you want the ebook, you can hit the link in the bio and get the ebook and tell you how to do it. All you got to do is click the links and take you right to the pages. But if you want to do it the long way, then you're going to have to contact every bureau and request that they put a freeze on your child's credit, and then you have to send in all types of documentation. Okay. Like I said, my ebook has it all summed up, and I think the ebook is like, I don't know, $8, $9. Support a sister. Okay. I did make it easy for y'all, but I didn't make it to sell it, not just to sell it, but this is true stuff, because I deal with y'all calling me now about what to do. I'll give you an example. Somebody called me last week and said, my daughter lost her wallet. We don't know what to do. We don't have no license. We don't have no debit card. What can we do? It's crazy. I was the first phone call. And you know what I told her to do was calm down. Then I said, think, how many of us have taken pictures of our identification cards and they're in our phones? If I was some of y'all, that's exactly what I would do, because a lot of you do lose your wallet. A lot of you can use your ID on your phone. I don't know how many of y'all do that, but it may be a good idea. You can even, if you got an iPhone, you can even hide it, make it private so it doesn't even show up all the time. Okay. But she was able to retrieve her ID because she had a copy of it. So she was able to use that copy to go back down to the DMV and get another one. Also, it helps when you go to the bank. Another thing, she had to immediately file a police report that she lost her stuff just in case something happens. Now she has something she can go to the credit bureaus with or to the bank with, so she doesn't have to pay if she gets hit with a lot of charges. So some of y'all need to be protecting your kids because they're young and dumb, and they ain't thinking. Okay. It says she was 17 and never worked. That's sad. I only found out by IRS. Okay, so this person found out that someone stole their child's paperwork, the child's social, because IRS sent them a letter. So y'all get ready for that, because I really believe the IRS is going to start sending a lot of letters. So that's why I want you guys to make sure you have all your documents when you file your taxes, and you can't be leaving it up to your tax preparer to think for you. You have to know where your money came from. Okay. It says, I think I want to have you file my taxes this year. Last year I sent through TurboTax. I don't have a problem with TurboTax. I actually think TurboTax is pretty good. TurboTax is only as good as the person that's using TurboTax. Now, if y'all are interested in having me do your taxes, I do have a tax link. I'll just send it to you. I can do taxes anywhere. And we basically can talk just like this, or on the phone or through text, however. And you can text through the app. So that's not a problem if somebody wants that. But I'm not against TurboTax. My only issue is if you're in TurboTax and you don't understand your tax forms and you don't know what you're doing when you're doing your Schedule C, that can cause you some issues. And one thing I want y'all to know, now you may think, I don't want to go to a tax preparer because I don't want to pay. Well, let me tell you this. When you file your taxes with your tax preparer, you and your tax preparer are on the hook for your taxes. If you file on your own, when you look on that last page of your taxes where you sign, it says self-prepared, which means you are 100% responsible for everything that you put down. So if you're having somebody log into TurboTax and do your taxes for you, you're wrong. Because if something happens, it's not going to go, they're not going to ask that other person. They're going to ask you, because it says self-prepared. If you have somebody do your taxes, now you have the right to get somebody else involved in your conversation to talk to the IRS on your behalf in the event something is wrong. Now, if your tax preparer is not somebody that you want talking to the IRS on your behalf, then why are you going to them in the first place? That's the question I want to know. Because some of y'all are going to people that y'all wouldn't even have them speak up for you in court, but you'll go to them to lie to get you $3,000 more. It doesn't make sense. How do you block on the child social? So Letitia, same thing. You got to go to the credit bureaus to block the social. If not, please, I will send you the link to get my ebook. All you got to do is click the link, and it has all the forms and everything right there. Black and Needy says there's a form for IRS to put in place to block that. Yes, that is the IP pin. It does block it, but it doesn't block your child's social from credit. The IRS only protects the IRS. It does not protect your credit. TaxAct is good software too. Y'all have to realize tax software is put in place to learn how we think when we do taxes, because sooner or later there are not going to be tax preparers. Now, I know y'all probably think that I'm making that up, but did y'all believe somebody when they told you that you would not be going into Walmart and there will be no cashiers. You walk in Walmart, you do your own shopping, you check your own self out, you bag your own groceries. Tax software is going that way too. So for those of you who I tell you, y'all need to get interested and learn this business, because you need to make the money now, because tax preparation will not be around forever, because these computers will be doing it for us. Promise you that. Okay, that's exactly why there's thousands of them out there. They're not just competing, they're learning through artificial intelligence how we think to do taxes, so you can eliminate the person. And if you don't believe me, just look at the world right now. Okay, I'm just gonna keep using Walmart. I ain't gonna argue. Hey Dwight, how you doing? I hope everything is going good. What did you say? ID on phone? That's right. Dwight says he keeps his ID on his phone. I absolutely agree. Keep copies of that birth certificate, that social, them kids' information, because some of y'all can't even retrieve it. And another thing y'all should be doing too is use your contacts. You can put a number in your phone as SS for Social Security and put that number down, because some of y'all can't even remember it. So use your phone. Use that smartphone to keep you smart. Hey, KMV Squad, how you doing? Happy Monday to you too. All right, Ling Ling says, what about child support? Are they going to take it this year as we owe back pay? It is a very strong possibility if you owe back pay to child support, they will take it. So what you need to do, Ling Ling, is call that 800-304-3104 number and call to see if you have a debt. That way you'll know if they're going to take money before they take money. All right? Because y'all need to make sure y'all going to pay y'all tax preparers, because they're going to be mad. Y'all go and think y'all going to have them do all that work, and then y'all don't even get a check, and then they don't get a check. No. You can get an ID pin. Hey, Pretty Rhoda, you can get an ID pin just by going to Google and type IRS. It is IP, not ID. IP pin, and you'll see the website open today, January 9th. So it opened today. So now you can do them online again today. All right. Let's see. Are we able to? Yes, you are able to get in advance. You can only get in advance when you apply with someone that has their own business, because they have a connection with the bank. That is why you cannot get an advance through TurboTax. Although TurboTax is trying to get into the advance game, because they know they're missing out on a lot of customers because of that. So, but yes, you can get an advance if you guys want to do your taxes with me. Absolutely, you get an advance, and of course, it's going to be up to $6,000. And I don't see a lot of people get that. And I would be surprised if some of y'all tax returns even come out that much. And I'm gonna tell you, I done got a couple people sending me some numbers already, and they looking pretty sad. 2 kids, $3,000, $3,500, and not getting large numbers. You know, sometimes they might have made too much money, or maybe they didn't pay enough in taxes. But I'm letting y'all know, please don't expect that y'all gonna walk out with $10,000, $12,000 checks, because it's just not gonna happen. It says, what about these tax advancements that people are talking about, and how much do you have to pay the IRS? Elegant Elaine, I was just talking about that. I need y'all to understand, when y'all get these cash advances, that is just an advance from the bank. If you don't get a return, you still owe money to the bank, whether the IRS takes your taxes or not. So you need to call that number, that offset hotline, before you file your taxes, because now you can go ahead and get that money. I know people who've taken the advance, and I've seen it on their credit report. But let me tell you, it is a bank that you owe, and you cannot outrun a bank. If you think you're gonna go buy a house in 2 years, they're gonna be right on your credit looking at you going, you better give us that $1,000 you never paid. Okay, so please don't run off on the plug. Okay, don't, because if you do, they just gonna make you pay for it later. It says, my tax preparer messed up my taxes. We had to pay $4,000. And I'm gonna tell you, if your tax preparer messed up your taxes, it's sad. It's unfortunate. But I'm going to tell you something. Y'all have to stop waiting so long. I had somebody come to me. Somebody messed up their taxes too. But this person came to me about 17 and 18 taxes. We can't wait that long, guys. You don't have the same amount of time to correct your taxes that the IRS does. You only get 3 years to get a return. After 3 years, you cannot claim a refund. Okay, so if you know somebody messed up your taxes, fix them. If you know that you should be filing and you haven't filed in years, file. Stop. Excuse me. Stop holding off from filing taxes. You could be losing money. And if you owe the IRS, here's another thing. Y'all don't have to run. The IRS has tons of payment programs. tons. All right. So why people don't file taxes for fear of the IRS, I don't know. We have to start letting people know that you don't have to avoid them. They will work it out with you. Okay. Let's see. All right. Donna says that pandemic tax amount is over. That's right. No more of them high numbers no more. No more claiming that COVID, that you took off time for COVID. None of that. So taxes are going to go back down to 2019 amounts. And if you don't remember what you got in 2019, hopefully you got your taxes. You can pull them up and go and look. Okay. Elegant says I paid in last year and only got $250. Well, at least you didn't owe. At least you did not owe. I will say that. At least you didn't owe. Okay. Jackie says, I'm a contractor. If you're a contractor, I hope you're paying some taxes. A lot of y'all are contractors and y'all are not paying taxes. Y'all are enjoying y'all full year, riding out on all that money, but are forgetting that you got to pay the piper. And I'm going to say this, and I know I'm speaking for all tax preparers. It is not fair that you get to keep your whole check throughout the year. Then you go to a tax preparer and you want them to work magic to cover up the fact that you owe money. That's not fair. And the reason I'm saying it's not fair is because remember, when you go to a tax preparer, it is you and them on the line. And why should somebody hang their credentials, hang their possible success on the fact of you because you didn't want to pay taxes? So when somebody comes to me and they're a traveling nurse and I know that they've worked and they've made some money, yes, I'm going to do my best to not have you owe as much as you could. But you are going to owe. You are not going to make $250,000 and think that I'm supposed to cover that up. No way, no how. There's no way you could have done that, your job, and spent all those expenses to keep you from owing any money. Okay, so y'all have to think about that when y'all going to somebody. Somebody came to me today, and I'm gonna get to y'all things. This is the reason I talk to y'all about this stuff, is because people ask me questions that I can't even believe they ask. This is a real one. If somebody's doing your taxes and they put down that you were in school, please know that you will need a school form to verify it. That is one of the quickest ways to get audited. Do not put that you were in school and you do not have a 1098-T, which is a tuition form. Okay, let me keep going. Please do not put down that you paid money to student loan payments when you know you were on deferment and you do not have a 1098-E as in echo. Okay, you need these forms, because if you lie and say that you paid money and then the supporting documentation the IRS can't find, you are going to be audited. Let me keep going. If you're a homeowner, you need a 1098, period, just 1098. If you're a homeowner and you've been paying your mortgage, you should be getting your interest statement. Stop forgetting to put that in. Sometimes it don't give you nothing, but if you're a brand new homeowner, it gives you some money back, okay? Dwight says, do I need to report the incomes on PayPal and Zelle? If you are not a business owner, listen to me. If you are not a business owner, you do not have to report PayPal and Zelle. They are giving you another year break, but they ain't really giving you a year. Okay, all they're doing, the $600 still counts. January 1 this year, they are counting your $600 all the way to the end of the year. So they will be tracking you. They are just taking the year off and not asking you to report, because they need to figure out how this is going to work. Okay, because a lot of people are going to be getting 1099s and they need to figure out a smooth transition, and they did not figure it out in time. But they definitely are watching your $600. So if you are holding money in your account for somebody, you getting transfers or whatever it is, I don't even care what you're doing. What you need to do is put in those comments in the memo, a refund or my half of the rent or whatever, so that when they go through, I don't mean IRS, I mean the people, PayPal and Cash App, you want them to think that these are refunds, not you receiving a dip of money, because once they think you're receiving money, they're going to say, they're going to tax you on it. So please, y'all we 9 days in, okay? 9 days in. This is your time from here on out. Make sure they put something in there, okay? Just tell them to put for my half of the rent, okay? Everybody gonna have half of the rent on their thing, but that's what y'all need to put so they cannot think that it is money that you're receiving all the time. All right. It says, you gave us golden information when you told us to look at our transcripts. I told my 20-year-old son to do it. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. I'm glad. I hope that y'all are using that IRS transcript webpage, because that is what I'm going to require my tax clients do, because I want to guarantee that we are not going to have no audits for your documentation, because everything that's in the system is going to be in your taxes so that you get your full credit. All right, another thing. If you get your loans dismissed, if you get that letter saying that your loans are wiped out, you should not receive any documentation telling you that you have to add it on your taxes. So the government gave you guys a break until 2025. So any of your loans that get wiped out between now and 2025, you are not having to pay any taxes on it. So if you get a 1099 or anything saying that, this is your half for the money for the debts that are wiped out, you are not to add that to your taxes. All right. So please repeat the number to see if you owe. 800-304-3104. I'm going to type it in here again. 800-304-3104. It says they mailed me a pen, but I still had to contact all credit bureaus for my child. Absolutely. I need y'all to understand that an IP pen with the IRS has nothing to do with your child's credit. The IRS only protects the Social Security number when it pertains to taxes, nothing else. So if you have to do identity theft report, you will need to do two, one with IRS and one with law enforcement, because they are two totally different agencies and they do two totally different things. Okay. I know they don't tell y'all stuff like this and you don't find out until you go through things, but I promise you, please don't think blocking your stuff with that IP pen is going to block your social, because it does not. Do I offer classes on tax preparation? I do. I do offer private classes on tax preparation. If somebody wants to learn. Now, if you want to do it as a business, that's different. But if you just want to learn because you want to do your taxes better, that's fine. We'll do it on the software of your choice. We would just need to Zoom or log in, and we will be able to do that. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I'm missing. Oh, so I know a lot of you guys have been dancing y'all ass off on TikTok and YouTube, and y'all been getting paid, and Facebook too. And that is great. Instagram also. If you are getting paid from any of those social media sites, you are going to get a 1099. So please do not forget to add in that money that you've been receiving. Okay, now that everybody can make money from almost everything, they are going to expect you to pay taxes on all this money. So please do not forget any of that. All right. If you had unemployment, this was probably the one that everybody forgot. A 1099-G. Okay. G is in girl. If you got unemployment payments, then you should be expecting to receive a 1099-G and put it in. Okay. Because this is one of the biggest reasons why some of y'all are not getting your 2020 taxes. The IRS just stated that they just cut 12 million refunds from 2020, all because they had to do the adjustment on the 10,200 with the unemployment. Y'all remember that? It seemed like it was about 5 years ago. All right. Okay. Vonda says, is the experience settlement real, and is it $200 or does it vary? The experience settlement is real. Most of you guys will not qualify for the experiment settlement. Yes, I do credit Miss Kimmy. Very good at it. But when I do, I'm a credit coach. Okay. I tell you how to get your credit together, because that's the issue. Me just fixing it don't do anything for you, because you'll be right back. So we actually go through what the issue is. Most of it is y'all, and we fix y'all so that y'all can fix y'all credit. Okay. So yes, the experience settlement is real. Here is what it is. It's up to $2,100, and the only people that are eligible for it are people who were affected by having an address that Experian put was fraudulent. And because you had that fraudulent address, you were unable to obtain credit. So if any of you ever got a denial letter and it said anything about a reported address had fraudulent activity, that's why they denied you, then you would be eligible for that settlement. You notice this experience settlement is real hush hush. And that's why, because they know a lot of people are not going to claim this, because how many people actually kept those letters saying they were denied for a bad address? Plus, when it happened, how could you fix it? You couldn't. So most people probably got frustrated and threw the damn letter in the trash, and so now they can't get any money. It's BS, but it is real. Ms. Pam says, Shamika, I received all 3 credit reports, ready to file bankruptcy. How should I submit to you? Ms. Pam, send me a message. I will create you a Dropbox folder where you could just upload your documents, and then I will take them. Okay. And if anybody does not know, I am a bankruptcy petition preparer. I do help people fill out their bankruptcy documents. A lot of people don't understand how to fill them out. And I take your information and I basically put it in there. Now, I do tell y'all about bankruptcy only because I and many others like me have all dipped our foot in the pool of bankruptcy and realized that it is way more helpful than probably any other option that anybody could come up with. So if anybody's using a debt management plan, it's garbage. And I can argue with you all day to tell you why. If anybody's paying thousands and thousands of credit repair, it's not worth it. Some of you are better off applying for bankruptcy, especially when you have high amounts of tax debt. Okay. All right. So let me see what y'all saying, and then because y'all know it's almost 8. It says, what about health insurance? What is the paper called? For health insurance, you're gonna get a 10. It is a hold on. It's the C and then there's the A. Hold, Miss Momo, if you dare, help me get that health form. Some of you guys get a 1098 a 1098 SA health savings account form, but then a lot of you are going to get that Obamacare form. I call it Obamacare form. That lets you know if you had insurance, if you had health insurance for the whole year. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, let me see. It is, hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm seeing if y'all letting me know before I get to it. 1095. Woo, a 1095A. There it is. So that's one very important form y'all need to have. If y'all don't have y'all 1095, you can call healthcare.gov. They will not send you a new form, but they will give you the numbers because your tax preparer will need those numbers. So if you got, thank you, Nicole. So if you got your, if you know you use Obamacare insurance and you are a child, listen, parents, if you are a child, you are a dependent of somebody that received the Obamacare and you're just a recipient of it, you need to make sure that you do not file taxes by yourself. I'm going to say that again. If you are a parent and you have a dependent and you, parent, receive Obamacare benefits and your child is covered or your dependent is covered under your Obamacare benefits, then they do not need to file separate from you because they are covered under one of those 1095A forms and only you, parent, have it. So they do not need to file separate because what's going to happen when they do is IRS is going to reject the taxes and say you need to upload your 1095. Then you're going to give them the 1095 to do it, and they're going to get all your tax credit. They're going to get your refundable money that should have came to you, parent. So if not, they're going to receive it. So don't do it separate. Do it together. All right. Now that changes. I know we talked about dependents and parents filing separate. They can. But if you guys have the Obamacare or that health insurance, that changes everything. You need to file together or you're going to completely mess up both of your taxes. Both of you are going to have a hard time. And then everybody's going to have to do an amendment and you ain't going to want that. All right, Shamika, we need a law adjustment business owners. Okay, Momo, we could do that. A 1099. Thank you for giving me 1099. All right, it says, hello, I just received a CP 2501 letter paperwork. What should I do? Well, lovely lady, first of all, if any of y'all get a letter from the IRS, always look in the top right-hand corner. If it starts with a C and a P, please screenshot that on your phone. Why? Because IRS will never make another copy of that letter that was sent to you. CP means computer program, and that means the computer generated this letter and was sent to you automatically. And now if you lose it, they can never give you another copy. And this is why some of y'all owe so much money to the IRS, because you can't even keep up with your documents because you lost it. Then you can't go to them to get another copy. So you never know what they said to begin with. So first thing first, take a picture of that lovely lady and lovable lady. Then if you're interested, you can hit me up. I can explain to you, read it what it says, because every letter says something different, and then we can figure out what the problem is so that you can fix it. Okay, maybe you left off some income. Maybe they're saying that you owe because something wasn't correct. Remember, the IRS knows everything that you owe. They know exactly how much you should be paying in taxes. They just let you file taxes to see if you're going to tell the truth. Okay. Dwight says, do I need to report what I pay to the doctor and dentist? You don't have to have a report for that. You can keep your medical expenses. I just want you guys to know you don't get much for medical expenses as an individual. Okay. They have taken away us regular people the right to write off things, to itemize like business owners can. Okay, so you can put in your medical expenses, but you only get only a percentage of it counts, and it's not even refundable. Okay, so even if you spent a certain dollar amount in medical expenses, it will never generate you getting more money back. It will only prevent you from owing taxes. Y'all need to learn the difference. There's money that will come back to you. It's refundable. And then there's tax credits, meaning it just takes away from being negative, but it doesn't give you any money back. So you can do your medical bills. It just doesn't really give you much. I think everybody should have a business just for the write-off purposes. Darren says, but not if you have a house. Said I would sell the house with the bankruptcy 7. No, that's not true. Not everybody has to sell a house with a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That is not necessarily true. There are factors that go into it that look at income and how much the house is worth. I will always tell you, if you want to talk to an attorney, to do a free consultation to find out. But please do not believe everybody, because you do not have to sell your items just because you file bankruptcy. That is a very bad misconception. That is not always true. It says, is a 1095A mandatory to file on your taxes? Yes, ma'am. If you do not file, they won't even let you complete your taxes. You have to answer yes or no that you received Obamacare or you did not. And if you did receive it, you need to put those numbers in. And if you check no that you did not receive it, but you did, your taxes will still reject, because the IRS knows. They know. I just want y'all to know this. They already know y'all took Obamacare. They're just waiting for y'all to put the numbers in to match what they already have on file. So you can skip it if you want to, but your taxes will not go through. Okay. Let's see. I have Aetna health insurance. Okay, if you don't have the Obamacare, then fine. That's great. But if you do, please make sure you get those numbers. Can you claim a person in your house who received pension each month, don't work, was hurt in the military? No, you cannot, unless that person is considered to be disabled through Social Security. If that person is getting Social Security disability, then that person can be claimed. But if that person is just home and they're collecting their own pension, then chances are no. And you wouldn't be able to get them. And the pension you're talking about is VA pension. So I don't think you're talking about retirement pension. But if they were receiving Social Security disability, then yes. Because the VA doesn't take taxes out, so you don't even have to report that income. Okay. Yes, you can DM me. I will check for your message. I usually don't do DMs, but I'll check for yours. It says, this is so messed up. How the wealthy don't even have to pay taxes. They just said the reason that the wealthy doesn't have to pay taxes is because they have people that understand the tax codes that keep them from owing. The tax code was written to protect wealthy people. That is, there's no lie about that. That is exactly why billionaires and gazillionaires pay nothing. But what y'all don't realize is y'all barely pay taxes either. Barely. So if think about it, nobody's paying taxes. That's the crazy part. That's what we should be scared of. But a lot of y'all don't pay a lot in taxes anyway. So sometimes I'm shocked at some of the people who are complaining, because it's the people who are in the middle should be complaining because they're paying the most. But I will tell you that the IRS will go after the low income the most, because they know that you don't. They know that up here, you're not educated to know the rules. So it's easier to come after you and say, hey, you owe us $10,000, because they know you're not going to fight. They know you're just going to do it. What about Medicaid? You do not report Medicaid. That is a state benefit. You do not have to report that. Standard deduction for 2. I went over these last week, but there is no standard deduction for 2. There is a standard deduction for married, and there's a standard deduction for head of household. So I'm not sure which one, but the standard deduction, remember you guys, I told y'all the standard deduction is the dollar amount that they do not tax you on. Okay. And if you make $1 more than that, that's when you start paying taxes. So this is why I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all not paying taxes anyway. Okay, because a what is it? A single person is 13,850. So the first $13,850 you make, you're not even taxed on that. All right. So for some people who get mad about taxes, I say reduce your taxes by your standard deduction, and then let's look at how much you really pay. Because a lot of y'all getting this money right back. Okay. Especially if y'all got kids. Y'all probably get way more money in taxes that y'all even paid out. So I'm just saying. And if you marry filing joint, it's 27,000. Married filing joint is always single standard deduction times 2. And if you're head of household, it's 20,800. The standard deduction for head of household is always 1.5 times the standard deduction, the single one. Okay. And the married filing joint is double the standard for the single. Okay. So y'all can understand that. Trump barely paid anything. Okay. And you're right. And you know why? He should pay very little. I don't even get mad, because if I was super wealthy, you better believe I'm going to have 3 accountants, 2, I'm going to have all kind of people making sure that I pay very little too. I'm going to donate all the money I need to donate to charity and turn around and give it back to myself, because that's what they're doing. I'm going to do everything that the tax code says I need to do. That's why I be talking to y'all, because I want y'all to do the same thing. Now, you may not be able to put millions away like them, but at least I can show you how to pay less taxes, that you can give Donald Trump a high five, because you're going, shit, I'm playing the same game you are. That's all. All right. That's all we're trying to do, is educate y'all so y'all can do the same things. So yes, it is loopholes, but the loopholes are created for a reason. It says 18-year-old worked full-time and moved out in July. Should I claim? If they moved out in July, that means they've been with you more than half the year. If they work full-time, you can claim them as a dependent for a part year, but they can also claim themselves. If they live on their own now, they can also claim themselves. So I'm not against doing both. Just remember that if you're going to claim them on your taxes, Feed the Warrior, make sure the 18-year-old claims themselves first, and that they check the box that yes, somebody will be claiming me on their taxes. If they don't check that, you cannot claim that person. All right. This is where I'm telling you that you can claim somebody that lives with that y'all can claim separately. But if you guys are both on that Obamacare and your both names are on that 1095, that's who all needs to file taxes together. So this is how y'all gonna know. If all the names are on a 1095, that health form, everybody who's on that health form needs to be on one tax form together. All right. Same for you married parents who have children that are in college. Y'all are messing these kids up because y'all are married, trying to file married filing separate and head of household, and then your child trying to get financial aid and student loan, and they can't, because married people need to file married. That's what the government wants. So if you're going to be asking for them to give you some money, they're going to make you amend your taxes before your child can get a dime. Okay. Thank you, Dwight. Dwight told me it's 8 o'clock. All right. Let me see what else you're saying, and I'm going to let you go. Okay, Miss Mo, we need to talk, because I can definitely come back and do a business live. That would be good. All right. So I'm just going to see if you guys have any questions before I let you guys go about anything for taxes. Remember, tax season opens up. I know y'all didn't ask. Right now it's between the 23rd and the 24th. So get your taxes in if you have all your documents. If you don't, go to the IRS website, create you an account so that you can see all your forms. Call that Treasury offset hotline. See if you owe any money. Ladies, call for your baby daddies. Call for your boyfriends before y'all be planning y'all trip to Mexico and find out y'all can't go because he didn't get his money. All right. So do this for them. All right. No more OT. I know. Let me see what else. Okay. So I think that's it. And yes, the number for 800 304 3104. I'm going to say it one more time. 800 304 3104. All right. And if you do need to schedule a business one-on-one, please, Miss Nicole, please reach out. We got to talk anyway. So you guys send me a message if y'all want your taxes done. If you need some, I know y'all want to ask questions, but I'm not. If you need anything, send me a message, and I know what I'm gonna do. If y'all need the thing for the computers, if you need the grants, I'm gonna post them. I'll post the grants tonight, and I'll post the computers, all in the story. All right. And AJ Fit for Life, send me a message because I don't know who you are, sir. All right, so I'll see y'all next Monday. Okay. Bye. Thank you, Dwight.